What was the worst culture shock? I guess we just, the first day we landed, we were very hungry. So we're like, okay, we'll just walk out on the street and find a place to eat. And that's not really how you should go about things, I guess.
What's up, and long time no see. It's been 3 years since our last video?
Yes, and people have been asking for us in the comment sections, so we are back. Yes, we've been busy.
Yeah.
And if you want to see what we've been up to, you can follow us on our Instagram accounts and down below somewhere.
And we're just here to talk about our homecoming trip to Ethiopia of this year in June, from the
27th of June to like the 13th of July.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
It was amazing.
Approximately 2.5 weeks. Best culture shock for me personally was, I guess, the feeling of belonging. We haven't been in Ethiopia for a while. I just got this feeling of, okay, but yeah, a familiarity, just people looking like you. And even though it's a space that's quite new, given that we haven't been there in many, many years, it just felt like home.
I remember like the first time we landed, and it was Ramadan, but it was all these like celebrations all around Addis. And on the way to the hotel, we saw everybody going from the mosque back home. And when we came and checked into the hotel, I turned on the TV and I heard Afan Oromo for the first time in our country. I've never heard it on TV like that before. So that feeling, maybe I was a bit tired, jet-lagged, even though there's not a time difference between Ethiopia and Norway. It was the flight, it was so long. I just felt so content hearing my native language on the television for the first time.
Me too.
So I love that they have the news anchors speak Oromo and Amharic. That was very cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Worst culture shock for me was probably the traffic. I know people did prepare me for it and say that they said it was intense, but I didn't realize how intense it was. And we could sit in a car for 5 hours from like a 10-kilometer area distance, or 1 mile distance. So
yeah. There was this one incident where we wanted to go to the National Museum, and I swear on the Google Maps it said how long? 30 minutes by car. Like we spent half the day in traffic. So that was a shock for me too. I wish that we had known that beforehand so we could plan a little bit, because we were being very optimistic with the activities we wanted to do, right?
Yeah, I suppose we were, but I remember the people at the hotel were like, no, you can't walk there. That's kind of crazy. Are you gonna walk here?
Yeah.
Are you stupid? Do you remember that?
Yes.
So the silly Europeans thinking they can do everything as normal in Africa.
Yeah, we were struggling a lot. We were just like okay, let's just like follow our intuition. We didn't have the SIM card place yet, so we were just like, okay, let's just walk in the first cafe or the first restaurant.
But that was actually nice though. We ended up eating injera, and that night.
It was nice, but like also giving the amount of energy we had and like the quote unquote jet lag, that was kind of like, okay, you have to, the culture shock here being that you have to plan a bit more. Get it?
That's true.
So we're just like, yeah, just walk outside and then we'll figure it out. No, don't do that. This one place was on the ground floor of the hotel we were staying at, where they had this nightclub.
It was bougie.
Very bougie. The next one was this like a cultural event where people were dancing on the stage. Like they were portraying different dances from different cultures in Ethiopia.
I feel like it really went down there. I love that one. The traditional Oromo dances. Yeah, dances from Tigre dance, like Amharic dances.
It was really cool.
It was beautiful.
So they had professional dancers on the stage, but then they just went around dancing with the public, and they encouraged us to dance, and there was food. It's just like a mix of good vibes.
Yeah.
That was definitely a very, very nice experience. I don't know if you would call that a nightlife, but it was more cultural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there everybody was dancing. The audience was dancing, people on stage were dancing. There were a lot of tourists. We saw some Bible groups, I think, from like Germany,
Yes.
stuff like that, and they were dancing, and
Yeah.
it was beautiful. That was probably the best night for me.
And I think if we go back, I would love to see like what else Addis has to offer, because again, we were there for like a little bit more than 2 weeks, so we didn't have like,
Yeah.
by the evenings we were like tired because we'd been sitting in cabs and doing other things. So next time perhaps we have more to say on that topic. The reason we haven't gone is because the threshold has been so high.
Yeah.
And the longer you go not going home, it just feels higher and higher. But since 2019, Ethiopian Airlines has gotten like a direct flight from Oslo. So what we wanted to do with this homecoming was to just like, okay, let's just get familiarized with the route, with the visa process, everything. Now that we've done it, we got some experience. I feel personally that the threshold for going back to this is much lower.
Best tourist attraction for me was probably the National Museum, because we got to see the oldest skeleton in the world, Lucy.
I really liked the National Museum as well. There were many nice exhibitions there. I really liked the layout of the entire museum because it was like shaped like a square, and then they had stairs with like an open space in the middle, so you could just like, as you went up the stairs, went up the layers, you could see each floor. So I really liked that, and it was very spacious, and they had really good descriptions of the different artifacts. I really enjoyed that. But I must say that my personal favorite was in Toto Park, which we went to see one of our last days. Obviously, we didn't get to see the entire park because it's huge. But yeah, we went to see some areas of it, and then we ate injera and we had coffee.
Go-karting.
We went go-karting, and there's like a range of activities you can do there. Go-karting, you can climb some rope. There's so much you can do. So definitely that was one of my favorite attractions. Yes. Nah.
I mean,
yes. Yes.
I don't know, like Oromo can be very diverse as well. So, and we could speak Oromo some places. I could catch the words sometimes here and there, but mostly people speak Amarinya, and people would speak Amarinya to me, and I could pick up some phrases, but obviously Amarinya and Hasao, so it was a bit difficult. But I mean, hopefully we can develop our Amarinya skills so we can adjust to the culture a bit more.
How many Scandinavians we saw? Okay, we had to.
True.
It was really weird because we're from Norway, a country in Scandinavia, and this one night we went to the movies to see that very underwhelming, overrated movie Jennifer Lawrence played in. Shout out to Jennifer Lawrence. I like her, but that movie was, man, they really hyped that up. It was bad.
Dang, it's like
Anyways,
really bad. It's awful,
don't watch
awful,
it.
Really bad.
Oof.
2 out of 10, man.
Anyways,
really
we wanted a night off, so we went to the movies to see this film. And then as we were buying the tickets and the popcorn, I was like, damn. I was hearing people speaking, because Danish, Norwegian, and Swedish is very similar. So I was like, damn, am I hearing people speaking Danish? And I was like, no, I'm just tired. I'm overwhelmed. It's been a long journey. And I turned around, there was like 3 girls speaking Danish. And they were there on exchange. And then I was at the hairdresser and I was talking to Taiba. And then these 2 young men were kind of looking our way. And I was like, damn, okay. They're probably just wondering what language we're talking. And then one of the guys actually came over and was like, what language is that? And I was like, oh no, it's we're actually speaking in Norwegian. And then he just like started going full Swedish. So we were having a conversation in Norwegian. And
during our first day at the hotel, we also met a
Norwegian nurse.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was
over the breakfast.
She was working with the Red Cross. So, but obviously, you know, Ethiopia is one of the connecting like countries Africa and Norway has with Africa.
Yes.
So there's a lot of
foreign aid
that goes to Ethiopia and like connecting businesses and stuff like that between the countries. So it makes sense that we saw some Scandinavians there, but I felt like we saw a lot. I would really love like go to Ethiopia without getting a food poisoning, because I was knocked out for a couple of days.
Yes, it was bad.
And I would just love to like be more careful about what I eat, and you know, it's this typical stupid things that you fall for. It's just, I think it's been a while since I traveled far because of the pandemic. So in a weak moment when I was really hungry for lunch, I just ate something stupid and that I shouldn't have eaten. Obviously everybody says don't eat that stuff, so You probably know what it is. But so next time I think I'll be a bit more careful about that.
And I'm gonna say something quite shallow, but you know, I'm gonna stand by it. I would go visit more beauty salons, man, because we went to get our nails, hair, did like, I don't know, 2 times down there, and they're just, I don't know, it was just amazing to me how I didn't have to explain so much, you know?
Yeah.
It was kind of like somebody just put their hands in my hair and they're just like, I know what to do with this type of hair.
Yeah.
And it looked good and I felt fresh, and like beauty and wellness and just, and yeah, I feel like that's something Ethiopians really master. So I'm definitely going there, and I don't know, exploring more on that part.
But it's something like very special having Ethiopian women doing your hair, and at this it was amazing to have women that look like us do our hair.
Even just like getting my hair braided, it was like the way they would braid it too hard, and then I don't know, when I take it out I lose a lot of hair. This is a whole nother topic on hair. But like they braided it like the right amount of tight. Get it?
That's all the questions we had, and I hope this video turns out cool. Thank you for watching.
Yes.